The Pyramid of Djoser, located in the Saqqara necropolis, is one of ancient Egypt's most groundbreaking and influential architectural structures. Built around 2630 BC, during the Third Dynasty of the Old Kingdom, this step pyramid is often hailed as the first monumental stone structure ever constructed in Egypt, and indeed in the entire world. It was designed by the visionary architect Imhotep, one of the earliest recorded engineers in history, for Pharaoh Djoser, who reigned over Egypt during a time of great political stability and prosperity. Before the Pyramid of Djoser, Egyptian tombs were relatively simple, consisting mostly of flat-roofed, rectangular structures known as mastabas. But under the guidance of Imhotep, Djoser's tomb evolved into something far more grand and complex. The step pyramid, as it came to be known, marked a dramatic leap in Egyptian architecture. Instead of a simple, single-level tomb, Imhotep designed a six-tiered pyramid, stacked on top of each other like giant steps, rising more than 200 feet into the air. This transition from the flat-roofed mastaba to a towering pyramid represents a major milestone in the history of architecture. The structure was built using limestone blocks, a material that would become synonymous with Egyptian architecture. The use of stone was a revolutionary step forward. It marked the beginning of Egypt's commitment to creating enduring monuments, unlike the mud brick structures that had been used in the past. Imhotep's genius was not just in creating the pyramid itself, but in the entire design of the funerary complex that surrounded it. The pyramid was enclosed by a massive wall, more than 1,000 feet long, symbolizing a sacred boundary. Within this enclosure, Djoser's tomb was complemented by a vast network of temples, courtyards, and chapels, all meticulously planned to honor the pharaoh and ensure his successful transition to the afterlife. The step pyramid complex is a masterpiece of design, both functional and symbolic. Within its walls, there are multiple courtyards and a series of underground galleries, all designed with the spiritual journey of the pharaoh in mind. The underground chambers, with their labyrinthine passages, were intended to protect Djoser's tomb and treasures from grave robbers, as well as to serve as a place where Djoser could be joined by the gods in the afterlife. The pyramid's height, its stone construction, and its position in the sacred landscape all reflected the pharaoh's divine power and his ascent to the heavens. Imhotep's pyramid also paved the way for future innovations. It laid the groundwork for the smoother, more refined pyramid designs that would follow, particularly the Great Pyramid of Giza, built nearly a century later. But what sets the Pyramid of Djoser apart is that it was the first of its kind. It was the starting point for an entire era of pyramid construction in ancient Egypt, an era that would come to define the Egyptian landscape. But the Pyramid of Djoser was more than just an engineering feat. It was a manifestation of the ancient Egyptians' deep spiritual beliefs. The pyramid's design was symbolic of the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife, with its shape representing the sun's rays, which the Egyptians believed would carry the pharaoh's soul up to the gods, particularly the sun god Ra. This belief in the afterlife was central to Egyptian culture, and the pyramid acted as both a tomb and a conduit for Djoser's eternal soul. The pyramid's intricate carvings and inscriptions, many of which can still be seen today, tell the story of Djoser's reign, his divine connection, and his transition to immortality. These reliefs depict Djoser not just as a ruler, but as a divine figure who was chosen by the gods to rule over Egypt and who would continue to reign in the afterlife. While the Pyramid of Djoser's surface may have been weathered over time, its cultural and historical significance has only grown with age. It is a monument not only to the greatness of Djoser, but also to the genius of Imhotep. This pyramid marks the birth of the Pyramid Age in Egypt, influencing everything from architectural practices to religious and funerary customs. Today, the Pyramid of Djoser remains a beacon of ancient Egyptian ingenuity and a crucial piece of the puzzle in understanding the evolution of Egyptian architecture and culture. It symbolizes both a technological breakthrough and a deep spiritual belief in the pharaoh's immortality. This single structure, more than 4,500 years old, continues to stand as a reminder of Egypt's timeless legacy, a marvel that laid the foundation for the Grand Pyramids of Giza and beyond. Please subscribe this channel. In conclusion, the Pyramid of Djoser is not just a tomb. It is a symbol of innovation, divinity, and eternity. It stands as a tribute to the visionary ideas of Imhotep and the enduring power of ancient Egypt, whose influence continues to captivate and inspire us to this day.